Bud TV's Scary as Hell Theater. And now your host, Tim the Enchanter. I'm back again. I know you didn't miss me. Well, my producers are good enough to provide these notes for me to share with you, as I'm far too busy to preview the film myself. What do they have to say here? Oh, the spelling is atrocious as usual. Oh well, onward. In every life, there is a defining moment when dreams either come true or are unceremoniously flushed down the proverbial toilet. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to change my toilet duck. On a cold spring morning in Rome in the early 1960s, Mario Brava had one of those moments. Oh, you mean he liked toilet duck too? Oh, cool. His career as a filmmaker and how he would spend the next several years of his life rested in the hands of two visiting American B-movie moguls, Jim Nicholson and Samuel Arkoff. Gesundheit. Brava had just directed a horror film, which he believed to be good, or, more accurately, he thought it was quite an exceptional film. Yes, sir. Right up there with The Devil and Miss Jones and Caligula. However, the big question was, what would these two hotshots from the United States think of it? I mean, would they, in their profound Tinseltown wisdom, view this European fright flick as being worthy of American distribution? It would require a pretty sizable wad of greenbacks to bring that about. Would these shrewd men feel inclined to pop for it? It was a make-or-break situation. In Rome, in those days, the heat in most business buildings was shut off right at the beginning of spring, no matter how cold it might get, and no matter how important the guests were. Well, as fate had it, that spring they were experiencing a record cold wave, and the heating systems would not be up and running again until the following November. Yes, you know, Halloween was meant to be cold as a witch's 36 double Ds, presumably while she's showing them to Howard Stern. Oh, pardon me, I couldn't resist. You see, I get a 10 spot every time I mention his name on the air. What's that? I have to pay him to mention his name? Well, I never did at all. No, I didn't say that. I believe I said coward worm. It's a much more accurate description in any case. Well, so, as the opening sequences came to flicker upon the projection screen, the two flabby-bottomed businessmen were already shivering in their seats, clutching tightly at the lapels of their overpriced overcoats, their collective breath issuing from out their mouths like a chilled mist floating across a haunted moor at the stroke of midnight. Pardon me, I had an Ed Wood moment there for an instant. A few minutes later, they were sold. They both said that it was unquestionably the best dang sergeant in the whole dang Dire Force. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost my place. That's not it at all. The best damn horror film they had ever had the pleasure to see. While both men felt that it had a couple flaws, Nicholson and Arkoff were confident that they could be corrected. First of all, they hated the music score. Well, if you ask me, they didn't provide a very viable alternative. You know, that Les Baxter's a real hack. And secondly, it would have to be dubbed into English, and possibly even Pig Latin. But, photographically, remarkable! The images on screen, truly a full-blown nightmare, captured on celluloid in any language. In essence, Mario Bava had each of these highly sophisticated, world-class motion picture executives wet-kissing both of his hairy-ass cheeks. He followed his bliss and realized the dream of a lifetime. And now, here is the 1961 horror classic, which Hollywood retitled Black Sunday, but which I like to call the Black Sunday Witch Project. Oh, it's up to me, isn't it, Seems I've misplaced my remote control again. Pardon me, the old submarine move. Roll film.